Hello everyone, welcome to 12am Coding. And today we are going to discuss about a new question in our linked list series, which is creation of linked list via recursive method. Okay, so let's see how it works. So in the last tutorial, if you have seen, then we have read about the concept of creating the linked list by iterative approach. Okay, so in this particular tutorial we'll be seeing how we can create the linked list in recursive approach. So as you all might be aware about, we are having a linked list which is a linear data structure. Okay, and each and every element in the linked list, let's say this one, it will be known as a node. Okay, this one particular element will be known as a node, and the next of the node will be pointing to the next node actually. So let's say 12, 18 is there. Then this will be pointing to one more element. For example, let's say 82. Okay. And this will be pointing to one more element. Okay. Let's say 94. Okay. And then at the end, it will be pointing to null. Okay. By this way, a linked list has been created. Now, our question today is we need to create the linked list recursively. Okay. So if you remember in the last tutorial we have discussed, like we can insert the elements into linked list by seeing at the end of the linked list we need to insert. Okay, so for example, if I am having 12, then 18, then 82, then 94, we need to insert, right, one by one. So what I can do, in the beginning I can create one node when nothing is there. Okay, and this will be pointing to the null actually in the beginning. So when one more element came, 18 will come. Then what I will do, I'll traverse the linked list until it is null. Okay. Then 12, and I'll be seeing this particular node is null. Then I'll be adding one more node, and the new node, now it will be pointing to the null actually. Okay. And in the same way, I'll be seeing for 82. So again, I'll be traversing from here, then I'll be going here, and here I'll be inserting our 82 node. Okay, and then this will be pointing to null and so on and so forth. So what we are doing, we are just traversing the linked list one by one, and we are seeing where the end exists, and at that particular point at the next we are inserting the element. So this we already read in the last tutorial. If you guys are having any confusion, then you can go to the last tutorial and read about this concept. So in this particular approach, we will be inserting the elements into linked list recursively. Okay, so let's see how it goes. So let me write a pseudo code, then I'll be dry running it in front of you and we'll be seeing how it works. Okay, so let's say I'll be writing one function which is, let's say, insert. Okay, and this insert will be doing the insertion recursively, and here I'll be taking a node. Okay, and data I'll be taking. Okay, and in the beginning our node will be equals to null, which means, like, in the beginning our linked list is a null, we are not having any elements. So what you'll be doing, that if your node is equals to null, okay, if you are not having anything, then what you'll be doing, you need to return a new node. Okay, and in the last tutorial, if you followed, then we have created one method. If I show you in the code, then this is the get new node. What it is doing, we just created the node class which is having the data and the next, which is just pointing to the next node. And we have created this new node in which we initialize this node object, and then we set the data of the node as data and the next point to the null, because at each and every point of time we will be creating one node. Okay, and this will be anything, any data, and then this will be null actually. So first condition will be this one. Okay, then what we are going to do, that if our node will be null, if our list is empty actually, or we are at the end actually, I should say this way, that if you traverse the linked list and if you reach till the end where the end is null, then you will insert a new element, right? This is how we do. So in this case also we are having this particular condition. If the node is not equals to null, then what we need to do, we need to traverse the linked list, right? We just need to move ahead so that we will reach to the point where it is null, so that we can insert the element at the end of the linked list. So in this, what you'll be doing, you'll be doing node dot next, okay, will be pointing to your insert method, with the node dot next and data. Okay, so just bear with me. I'll be explaining you this one, and here we'll be returning the node at the end. Okay, so how this particular condition will work? So what I'm saying, that if node is null in the beginning, let's see how it works. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you example. Let's say we want to insert 12, 18, 84 and 92 into our linked list. So how this will be going? So in the beginning, what you'll be doing, you'll be creating one node, okay, where node will be equals to null. Okay, nothing we are having into our node. Okay, so first thing what you are going to do, let me change the color of it. So first node will be null. Now you'll be running this insert statement here. Okay, and let's say rather than node, let me give it as a name head, because at the beginning we are having the head. So what you are going to do, you and this particular method will be returning with a node every time. So it will be keep track of the first node every time. So I'll be telling you. Now what you are going to do, you will be calling the insert function with your head, okay, and with your data. Let's say first data will be 12. So this will be calling this particular function. Then in this case, what will be happening? Your node is equals to null, so it will be coming here and it will give you a new node. Okay, so here you will call a get new node method. Okay, and this particular will return you a new node which is 12 with the empty, and this insert will be then having the head equals to insert. So what will happen in this particular case? You got one particular node in the first case, because in the beginning we are just returning a new node if your node is empty. So we pass the head as null at the beginning. Okay, and this will be pointing to the null. Now let's say you want to insert the second element. So what you'll be going to do? You will be insert, then you will be doing your head again, okay, and your 18 actually. Okay, and this head will be, now let's say I'm giving it as a name 12n, 12 node actually. So 12 node you are passing into this one, that currently we are at 12n position. So this head will be your first position of the linked list, which is currently only one element. Now what it will do, as 12n is a node we are having, it's not null actually. Okay, so it will be coming inside this particular function. So node dot next, now what it will do, this 12n, okay, dot next, 12n dot next will be now calling it like this 12n dot next will be set to insert. Here I am passing node dot next. Now if you see 12, this particular node next is null actually, so we are passing null here with the 18 data. So now first call is this one, second call is this one. So this is your first call in second case, this is your second call when you want to insert 18. Okay, and then now it became null, so it will be coming here node equals to null. It will be then giving you get new node here. Okay, get new node with 18. Now this will return you a new node with the 18 and empty, because our get new node will be returning the data then empty as a next. So 12 node dot next will be pointing to this one now. So what will happen, rather than pointing to null, it will be pointing to the 18 now. Now 18 will be pointing to null. Okay, and at the end you are like, after that you set the node, then it will control will come here. Okay, then this will return 12 and dot next. Okay, and at the beginning what your node was, your node was this particular, right? So this insert will return you the first position again. So your head will be pointing to the first. So again, this is our second call. Let's say you want to insert 84. Now what will happen? So then you'll be calling, now let's say you called insert 12, you called, sorry, head, then 12 you already called, and this will be returning you one more head, like whatever our initial head. Then second call you did it insert, again you are passing that particular node here, and then 18 you inserted. Then you will be doing insertion of head 84 you want to insert, right? Now third element. So what will happen that first of all this insert will call with the head, okay, and 84, and this is head is nothing but this particular position location, like first 12 and node, if I can say. Now it will come inside, it will be going to this else part, then your 12 and dot next will be calling insert. Okay, in this insert it will be passing 12 and dot next is 18. Okay, so it will be passing 18th node. Like I'm just writing for your reference, like how this recursion is working internally. So it is calling the method itself and just putting the data at the location where we need it. So then we want 84, so this is will be the second call. Then after that this particular thing happened, now 18n came, so still it is not null, so still this particular null didn't happen. Now it will be coming here again, so your 18n dot next now will be insertion. Now 18n dot next is null actually, so here it will be null passing and then 84. Now as soon as it became null, so we are returning new node. Okay, so it will return get new node to you, right, with the 84, and this will return you the new node. Now 18 and dot next, now this particular will be pointing to the 84 and here it will be null, right, here it will be null. Okay, so this is how it is happening. And again, like in the same way, 18 dot next is pointing to your new node now, and this will return to this particular part 12 dot 12 and dot next 12 node dot next, already it is returning a 18 and so it is already having, it will then return the control to here. So your head will be pointing to 12 again. So what we are doing exactly, if your node is null, then you are inserting the element, else you are just doing next, and if nothing is null, then you are returning the node. So what does it means? At each and every point of time you are passing this linked list to this particular function, and until it is null it is traversing one, then second, then third, wherever it is finding the null it is inserting the data. So let me show you by code how this exactly working. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have created this insert function. So in the last tutorial we just inserted the data iteratively. In this one we'll be doing recursively. So this will be my base case. Okay, so this will be my, in the base case what I'm going to do, that if your node equals to null, then what you are going to do, you will be returning get new node with the data. Okay, else if your node is not null, then what you are going to do, your node dot next, you will be pointing to insert node dot next, okay, with the data. Okay, and here at the end you will be returning the node actually. Okay, so let me debug this and show you how it is working exactly. So in the beginning of the linked list we are having this operations is the class linked list operation, and we are inserting the data. Okay, in the beginning we are inserting 12, then 18, then let's say 42 as per last example, and then 87. So in the first we'll be inserting 12, let's see. So this will be running, so this came here, now it will be going to insert method. So currently as my head I initialize as null actually. So currently my node will be null, then I am having the data as 12. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am, if node is null then we are getting the new node. Okay, so we got the new node. Now if I see the head, the currently head is data is 12 and it is pointing to null, as I told, right? In the beginning we are having null actually here. Okay, now we are inserting 18. Now let's see. So as it is not null, so it will be coming into else condition. Okay, so in the else condition, this node dot next, if you see the node, then only we are having one node. So this node is 12th. Okay, and 12 dot next will be now pointing to, we are equating with insert node dot next, which will be null. Okay, so now this function will be running, it will be coming here. Now it is null, so it got you a new node with the data 18. So if it got the new node, then if you see the node now, okay, like this 12 is there, when this particular will run fully. Okay, and your node has added 12 dot next has become 18. Now you are returning the node here and you got the linked list with 12, then 18, and then null. I think it is making sense. Now in the same way, you will be inserting 42. So in the beginning, your node is not null, so it will be going into insert. Now in this particular case, you are 12. The first, it is taking the first node. So 12 dot next is 18. Okay. Now it will be giving the 18. So it is already having the data. So it again came here. Now your node 1 we are shifting. We have traversed already 12. We have visited. Now we are at 18. So 18 dot next will be coming as null. Now you will get a new node and this new node will be now pointing to your 18 dot next. Okay, so till here we are having this list as it is happening recursively. So it will return. Now again the 12th node have came and it returned, and if you see your node is pointing to 12, then 12 is pointing to 18, then 18 is pointing to 42. In the same way 87 also it will happen 4 times. Okay, and then you are returning everything, and in the end we are having 12, then you added the next as 18, then 42, and 87 you added, and 87 is now pointing to null. So at the end we are printing the list. So in this particular case we are printing simply, if the node is null then we will return, else we will run a loop while node is not equals to null, and we are keep on printing the data of the linked list, and we are keep moving the node. So this is the beauty of linked list. If you see, we just printed 12, 18, 42, 87. So this is the good thing about linked list, right? We can, as we have seen in our two tutorials, that we have added the data at the end of the list, either recursively or iteratively. In the next tutorials, we will be seeing that we can insert the data at beginning or at any position very easily. So yes guys, that's it for this particular tutorial. See you in the next tutorial. And if you are liking the videos, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, and press the bell icon for the new notification. Okay, thank you guys.